We've got a video from a protester perched at the top of a tree in southern Tasmania. Let's hear from her.
My name is Miranda Gibson and I'm currently 60 metres at the top of an old growth tree in southern Tasmania. I've been at the top of this tree for 110 days, watching over these high conservation value forests that were due to be protected in August last year. Yet they're still subject to logging.
Now, her name is Miranda Gibson, Terry Edwards, and she actually went on to offer you a deal. She said she'd be prepared, or their group would be prepared, to stop logging or to stop protesting logging in the area.
They've already stopped the logging.
That's honestly incorrect. If you agree to stop logging in the 572,000 hectares of identified high conservation value forest, they'll call off their market boycott. That's what she went on to say. Would you be prepared to do that in order to sit down and have that negotiation?
Look, I'm not going to give a definitive answer to that because that was put to us formally today, and I need to go through a process within my membership to come up with a complete answer to the proposal that's been put. But I think if I go to the question Brian put to me about the...
just to pause, just put that on pause for a second. I mean, are you suggesting you've heard about this today, but you would be prepared to consider it?
Oh, of course we will consider it. If it's realistic and if it will give us the opportunity and the space to produce an outcome. But we have to evaluate the various components. I mean, this was an integrated package that was put to us today. It wasn't just we're going to stop and you come back into the talks. There was a lot more to it than that, including the fact that the area that had to be vacated for this to occur just suddenly grew from 430,000 hectares to 572,000 hectares since the campaign started. Now, I don't know, it doesn't seem to me to be a very good peace offering when you up the ante on your claim. Now, if I can go back to Brian's point, because I think it is important. I did an interview on the 7:30 report last week, and it's largely from that the commentary on the radio came. And in that I was asked a question about what we wanted to achieve by way of making sure that any outcome from this process was durable. And I talked about a range of different things, including a legislative package to stop illegal protests. I also talked about making environmental organisations subjected to exactly the same laws that apply to everyone else in the community. Things like the Trade Practices Act, the Australian Competition and Consumer Act, truth in advertising laws, all of which environmental organisations are exempt from and exploit on a daily basis in a completely unfair way that creates a non-level playing field that we're required to play on, but we're kicking uphill every single quarter. And it is becoming quite difficult. Now, we can't fight back against the campaigns. There's a classic case of defamation that's been identified by our barrister that we're not able to run because the Tasmanian government changed the law so that a corporation cannot take action against an individual or a not-for-profit organisation.
All right, let's pause for a minute. I'll hear from Andrew Wilkie on this. Is there a way of lowering the temperature on this dispute so you can actually get a resolution?
Well, Tony, there has to be, because the status quo is not an option. We cannot continue the way we're doing it, because at the moment some of the most precious forests on the planet are being logged, and on the other side of the barricades we have forestry workers who are losing their jobs, who are worried about their jobs, who are worried about the jobs that will be there for their children. The status quo is not an option, but I'm concerned by the direction of this conversation, because it seems to be all about activists in foreign markets, and that they are solely responsible for the fact that the industry's on its knees. The industry's on its knees for many reasons, including the high Australian dollar, including the fact that wood chips out of South America and Asia are so much cheaper for foreign consumers.
So we can't have people calling out from the audience. You want to put your hand up, we might try and get a microphone to you.
The fact that Professor West has revealed that we've been overlogging our forests now for decades, the fact that we've been writing contracts which we can't supply even from the current forestry areas. There are countless reasons why the industry is on its knees, and we all need to get around a table and sort it out.
Well,
and we all have to be prepared to give a bit.
All right, hold on.